Well, thank you very much for joining me. And in the studio as well this afternoon, I'm really happy to have Chris Beaumont and Russ Beresford. Very good afternoon to you. Beresford, I apologise.
Yeah.
I'll get there eventually. They're both from Bristol Martial Arts Academy. Chris, then, firstly, do you teach? Do you take part? What's your role in the club?
Yeah, I'm the chief instructor and founder of Bristol Martial Arts Academy, and I'm the one who's put the syllabus and all the class combinations together. So
Okay,
yeah.
And what about yourself, Russ?
Well, I take care of basically running it when Chris isn't there, as well as doing quite a bit of teaching myself. So
Okay.
it's good fun.
When did you start? Have you done it since you were a child?
No, I started about 7 years ago.
Okay.
Always been into fitness and thought I'd give it a go. You know, just something different to the gym, and been doing it ever since.
Do you have to be quite fit?
Well, no, you can start at any level,
Okay.
and obviously we can build your fitness up to put in as much as you can in the classes. But the important thing is just to go at your own pace. So it's really, really interesting.
Wow. And you, Chris, when did you start? You look like a man who might take me out. I'm joking.
No, I've trained for 20 years now.
Oh, okay, wow.
Yeah, it's been great fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My goodness
really
me.
great fun.
So you started when you were a teenager, or?
Yeah. I wish I got into it when I was a young child, because we take kids from 4 years old.
Really?
You know, our little dragons. Yeah, and I so wish
That's
that
a
I
cool
got into
name.
it from a young age. You know? Yeah, it's a good name. It's a good name.
Who came up with that one?
That was me.
So they're 4. God, my
Yeah.
goodness, are they
Yeah.
fitting strong enough at 4? Or is that
Well,
really young?
well, it's 4 to 6 year olds. It is a Little Dragons program, so it's more about learning martial arts in more of a game environment. And we've got quite a lot of equipment, and we do like circuits and things like that with them. So we have them jumping around and balancing on equipment and all that sort of stuff. So it's great fun for them.
And at 4, though, you are really fit, aren't you? I mean, I'm 33 and I go and do circuits at the gym, and by about 5 minutes into it, I'm already sweating and a complete mess. So I think at 6, it's probably a good age to start.
Bundles of energy.
Yeah.
Bundles of energy.
Oh my
yeah.
God, how many are in that club? How many have you got?
Well, I mean, all up in the academy, I think we've got about 400 members now. So
Wow.
yeah, it's probably about 50-50 kids and adults. So we have quite a good mixture of people coming along and having a go with us.
What do you think the appeal is, Russ? What do you think makes martial arts different to other activities, do you think?
Well, I think what happens most of the time is that people get bored of just going up the gym, sitting on a treadmill. They want something that's...
I'd love to sit on a treadmill. That sounds like much more
All right,
fun.
sit on a bike, but if you sit on the treadmill, you go into the wall. But yeah, most of it's just like to get out of the slump of the gym, so you can have someone guiding you through a carefully constructed class, and then also learn some important self-defense skills at the same time.
Do you wear the white suits like you do in... I mean, I know nothing, so I'm starting from scratch here. Do you wear the white suits like I've seen on
we've
Crafty?
got a really cool uniform, which has got some very, very nice bottoms, and we give people a nice T-shirt to train in, so it's nice and comfortable for people as well.
Is that similar to the ones you're both sporting this afternoon?
Very similar, yeah. Very similar to
It's a
that.
good red and black number there.
Yeah.
You're listening to BBC Radio Bristol, BBC Somerset. Good afternoon. It's 8 minutes past 4. Live in the studio with me this afternoon, I've got Chris Beaumont and Russell Beresford. I'll get that right. From Bristol Martial Arts Academy. We'll be back in a minute to discuss a bit further about what you guys do in the class.
Yeah, great.
Stay with me. I'm joined in the studio this afternoon by 2 men. We've got Chris Beaumont and Russell Beresford, or Russ, as he likes to be known, from Bristol Martial Arts Academy. I'm not sure if he likes to be known as that. That's just the name we've come up with, either or. But you did get here this afternoon. You were lost in Filton, was that right?
We got lost in Filton, and we managed to find you by asking about 7 different people. Got the directions, and here we are.
That's great stuff, Chris and Russ, talking about martial arts. You
Brilliant.
both black belts.
Yeah.
Right. And what does that take to become a black belt? Do you start with white belts and then...
Yeah, you start off on your white belt,
Okay.
and then you work through a different coloured belt system, just really to give you different goals to aim for through your training, and then it keeps you focused on learning something new each time you get a new belt, and then eventually achieving that the black belt, which is the ultimate goal for most people, you know.
So white belt, talk me through it. What do you just get that to start with, or do you even have to do stuff to get that?
Yeah, well, the white belt is where you start.
Okay.
So that's a starting belt, and then you move up to your first belt, and obviously work
What
through
colour's
different
that?
coloured. The first belt is a yellow with white stripe.
Oh,
So
see, I'm
it's,
a redhead. That just wouldn't
So
work for
we,
me.
we have got a red
So
belt in the syllabus.
is there a
so,
green- a
yeah.
green one?
Yeah, we have indeed. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What level's green? Do you reckon I can reach that?
Green's about halfway, Caroline. I think you'd be absolutely fine.
I think
with
it'd be
that.
fine.
Yeah.
So what level do you then get to green? What do you have to then do to get to there?
It's just learning different combinations, and you get fitter and you develop more as a person. Because martial arts is not just about people got this myth about fighting and aggression, and it's the way that we teach it is more about fitness, becoming a better person, and learning through the journey of martial arts.
Just after 4:15 on Saturday Sport. Good afternoon. I'm Caroline Densley, here till 6 o'clock this evening. Chris and Russ from Bristol Martial Arts Academy is still with me this afternoon. And just while we were listening, finding out what was happening on the roads, I was just talking to Chris about competing nationally. And you were saying that you have. What have you done?
Yeah, I've competed in the national championships and also the world championships. Well, I got a silver medal in 2004 at Crystal Palace, which was quite good. So,
gosh,
yeah.
wow! But how do you win?
Pretty much, it's a points-based system where you have to hit and strike your opponent more times than they strike you, obviously in a controlled manner. So you're not there to hurt each other. It's just a sport.
I'd love to learn. I'd love to learn and find out more actually, because when I watch the Olympics,
Yeah.
was it? Yeah, when Jade
Yeah, that's right.
from North Wales
Yeah.
won in the not
Yeah,
karate.
she did incredibly well. That was in the taekwondo.
Taekwondo, thank you.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
to interview her actually a few years ago when I used to work in Liverpool, and she was just brilliant. And that whole, I get swept into it because I don't know anything about it, so I'm just like, oh, this is really interesting. So
Yeah.
I'd really like to come and see. Can I
Yeah.
come and have a go? Do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure we can set you up with some trial sessions. Absolutely, Caroline. Yeah.
So you're competing nationally. How old were you then? Were you also working at the club whilst doing that?
Yeah,
as
well, that was. I pretty much retired in 2004, so I could focus on bringing the students through. And since then, we've trained up multiple world champions as well that have come through the academy, which is great. And we've just graded our 161st black belt. So that's
Congratulations.
good as well. Yeah,
That's
it's really
brilliant.
good.
So you do, is that some stuff you do, Rush? You really nurture the talent at your club. Is that important?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it, especially with kids, is just building their confidence. And then, of course, with us being there every step of the way, you can sort of tweak technique, get the best out of them, while obviously, again, building their confidence so that they can tackle whatever they need to, be it exams at school or just generally getting better at schoolwork and having that self-belief in themselves, that they can do whatever they put their mind to.
Is kickboxing also about mental? It's not just the physical. Is it quite, I don't want to say emotional, but that kind of spiritual feeling, or is that more...
We get that all the time where people say after a class they feel absolutely buzzing and they've got more energy after a class than they had at the start, which is, it's quite important for us. And I think a lot of people say that, they get more benefit when they don't want to do it and when they're stressed out, because it's total stress release, gets you away from doing boring things like going to the gym if you're not a gym person, because not everybody is, and each class is different and we vary each time, so it is totally about getting the mind in sync with what the body's doing as well. So it's quite good in that sense.
I went to a CrossFit class last year.
Right,
Do you start with that kind of stuff where you've got to do like a 400-metre run and then about 20 pull-ups? I can't even do one pull-up.
Each person goes at their own rate. I mean, we have people who haven't exercised for 20 years. They come in the classes. We've got plenty of assistants walking around giving guidance who have all been in the same situation. And it's just go at your own pace and do whatever you can do and build up your own level of fitness, and then eventually you reach a level of fitness what is beyond your wildest dreams. Do you know what I mean? So it's really good in that sense. Yeah.
Where do you guys train? Where does this all happen?
It's Bristol Martial Arts Academy, and we're based at 252 Central Park, which is in Hengrove in Bristol, and the postcode is BS14 9BZ.
And anybody can come along?
Anybody can come along. They can go on the website. It's www.bristolmartialartsacademy.com, or they can call us on 07757 990 420. Just use
Brilliant
mobile,
stuff.
so,
What a
yeah.
plug. Oh, well done. Bravo. Guys, thank you so much. Genuinely, I really want to come along. In fact, I'm going to. Shall I come along? And
Absolutely. I think you should.
We'll,
I think
we'll
you should.
come. Well, Dan can take a video camera.
Yeah, and we'll film
we
it
can
and
film
we'll-
me looking
yeah.
like an
We can
idiot.
put it on the YouTube channel.
Oh, great. A song for both of you then this afternoon. Can you have a guess what you think I might play for you in that theme of martial arts?
Maybe Kung Fu Fighting, possibly, Caroline.
Oh, hello. Yes. It is. Sorry, I had to. Chris, Russ, thank you so much. Have a lovely Saturday
Thank
afternoon.
you for having us.
Thank you very
Kung
much.
Fu Fighting it is then. Kung Fu Fighting for Chris and Russ, who are from Bristol Martial Arts Academy, who came in on the show this afternoon. As they left and I played the record, I stupidly agreed to saying yes to going. They were both like, yeah, when do you want to come? Oh, I can't. Oh, next week I'm really busy. No, but I've promised. Oh no, I've made the fatal error of promising. So I'm sure we'll have more of that on the programme in a few weeks. More to come before 4:30. We've got It's All Over Now by the Rolling Stones.